Coast for this International Rugby League match between Latino Heat and the Philippines Tamaraws. I'm Dan Nankara from BrisbaneTimes.com.au, and with me is Adam Wright, West Panthers legend.
Hello, Dan. Thank you for that.
No problems at all, mate. The teams are just lining up now for the national anthems of both sides. The Philippines will obviously playing their national anthem, and there's a special Latin anthem for the Latino Heat side as well. Adam, what do you think of the setup so far? How do you think things are going to go tonight?
Oh, it's a beautiful night here on the coast, isn't it, Dan? Rob Bergen, he's got to be commended. All the effort he has to get the Latino Heat off the ground, it's been nothing short of sensational. And to organise an international on such short notice, well, you can't beat that. First game of rugby league for the year. Sounds like it's going to be an exciting night. The Philippines will be hard to roll, but I'm sure the Latin Heat boys are going to play with plenty of heart and plenty of guts.
And just on that, not only do we have to thank Rob for this, he's put a lot of effort into this, but also Guzman and Gomez, Gringo TV and Magazine, who are responsible for the webcast, and Runaway Bay Rugby League Club. They've organised, well, they've allowed us to be here tonight and hold this event. So thanks very much to those guys as well. Should have the anthems coming on very soon, so we might just hold back for hang 10 for 5 and let those anthems, and we'll be play out, and we'll be back with you soon. So there's a few technical difficulties there with the anthems, but the show's about to start. Madam, you want to tell everyone who's listening in just a little bit about the Latino Heat side, because obviously it's not an actual country; it's a combined side of both Central and South America. Tell us a little bit about how the side was formed and what the players are made up of, because it's not like the usual fringe rugby league international side, where a lot of players are grandchildren of expats and such. A lot of these guys are first and second generation South and Central Americans. Is that right?
Well, Dan, I think I'm right in saying they've got 14 blokes who were actually born in South America. So that's more than most national sides had at the World Cup. It's a brainchild of Robbie Bergen, as we said. His partner's South American, and he's a mad league man. He was very keen to spread the word of our great game and get it a foothold throughout the world. And thanks to his hard work and diligence, we're here tonight.
And they're getting their first set of six in here now. It's going to be pretty tough going for these guys. A lot of these guys have actually never played league before, at least a few of them. That's right as well, isn't it, Adam?
Yeah, mate, that is correct. it's an incredible effort for these blokes to have the courage and the commitment to want to represent the lands of their forefathers, playing a game that they don't really understand technically. You know, you can't question their commitment and heart. Their execution may be a little down, but they're not going to die wondering, these boys.
We might have just seen that right then. Latinos just got caught on the fifth and last then, and a turnover to the Philippines now. Coming in hooker for the Philippines is brother of Matt Schramer from the Gold Coast Titans, Luke Schramer. He'll be one to look out for as the play progresses. Don't you reckon, Adam?
Yes, mate, he's a very experienced player. Plied his trade all over Australia, and I believe he even had a stint playing in the US Rugby League as well. He looks pretty quality. He's been in the side for a couple of years, so I'm sure he's going to fill his brother's shoes pretty ably.
Latinos are now pushing the ball. The Philippines have just gone in for the first try of the match, pushing the ball left. It looks like Dennis Gordon, brother of Kevin Gordon from the Gold Coast Titans. Ball, they got possession just on the back of a Latino error, not being able to put the ball to boot at the end of the set of six, and just moved up quite easily down the left-hand side, or the right-hand side of the Latino defence. Didn't catch who through the last pass to get to Dennis Gordon there, but it did look pretty easy for the Filipino boys there, didn't it, Adam?
Oh, yeah. They just read the numbers perfectly. They got it out. Gordon, noted try scorer in numerous comps, former Burleigh Bear, Queen Bee and Kangaroo. He knows his way to that try line, and they got him the ball. He got isolated one-on-one, showed good footwork and strength to get across the line. They're going to have to really start readjusting defensively.
We're going to probably have a little bit of trouble calling numbers here tonight as well. These yellow numbers on the back of the jersey of the Tamaraws is quite hard to read in this glary white light at the moment. Lining up for the kick, this could be it's either Drevers or Black.
I think it's Black, mate.
It's Black. So Ashley Black leads, adds the 2 extras, and it started pretty much how we would have thought it would have started, but I mean there's plenty of time left, obviously. And the Latino boys, they will want to at least get to the end of the next set, probably put in a good defensive set here as well, try and keep the Philippine boys within their own half this set of 6 and build from there.
Yeah, I really think the secret to staying in touch with this game for the boys is to play it simple, complete sets and get that kick away. They're very enthusiastic. They're trying their hearts out. Just example there, there's a couple of good contact hits there.
That was Flamenco from the Latinos just coming up. One of the Filipino boys coming off on the from the left-hand touch line, and he put a nice shot on right in front of the packed grandstand. And there is a pretty good crowd there in the grandstand. Ooh and ahs from the crowd. They really enjoyed that. Called offside here. This is sort of the inexperience of the Latin Heat boys that they'll have to deal with, obviously. They'll learn from these errors, but Philippines are once again down deep in the territory of the Latin Heat.
Having a lot of boys with the rugby background, the 10 metre, staying on side the 10 metres is the hardest part, the up and back for them. But they're not playing tiddlywinks. They're putting some good shots on. They've just got to cut down the errors.
Trauma here.
Oh, nice work.
Oh, great tackle there. That was Jonathan Espinosa coming out from the captain of the Latin side, coming out and putting a great shot on.
Good work. Good contact.
As Espinosa again, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Won the ruck too. Marcus work.
And a nice tackle around the legs. But the Philippines are down deep in the territory of the Latin again.
Oh, good defence by the Latino.
And they've called a penalty here. It must have been. That wasn't Schramer. That was for burrowing, I think.
Yeah, I think it was. Great defence there by the Latino side. They really worked for each other. Good line speed. They won the play the ball a couple of times, and they were rewarded with a penalty.
Philippines were just going one out, trying to sort of barge their way through, but they did hold up the Heat. Sort of a scratchy kick for touch there. The real key of this set, sure Coach Bergen will want them to get to that
Tough
clearing
run.
kick on the
Tough run.
on the 5th.
Keep nice and simple.
And it's just one out stuff from the Heat at the moment. They're just trying to get a feel for the game. You can see there, 3 guys in the tackles for the Philippines, just pushing them back hard.
Playing to the edge. Ooh.
Oh, and he
stolen
stripped him
ball.
clean. And he's through. I mean, that's the inexperience of the Latin guys showing up again. He took the ball to the line. It was Stephen Tolo from the Sunshine Coast Sea Eagles. That's the experience that these Filipino boys have over the Latin Heat, stripping them one-on-one, going straight through for another try.
Yeah, they got dominated on those one-out runs in the middle. Then when they went wide, the outside defence had just come off the line and chopped it off. I think you find there's Kevin Gordon there running the water for the boys. Giving some water to the referee now. Yeah, hard man to miss.
You think of what Rob's saying to the boys behind the sticks there at the moment, Adam. I mean, he'd just be preaching the fundamentals, wouldn't he? He'd just be trying to get the guys just to get the simple things right, get to that end of the 6 and get the ball away.
Absolutely, Dan. One thing about Rob Bergen, he's not a man who stresses a lot. He will just can't maintain this. This will be more about the performance and the result. He'll want blokes to keep having a dig till the end and improve as the game goes on and build for the bigger days to come. It's only 10-0. They've got plenty of time to get back in this. They've just got to start playing those fundamentals. A little bit more variety around the ruck because they're getting dominated one out.
So we're just less than 8 minutes into the half and we're already... Philippines have let 2 tries in. The Latino side have let 2 tries in. They'll be wanting to keep the Philippines down here. There's a wild attempt to tackle.
Good work. Marcus work.
That's a great run from dummy half.
Good work.
One of the outside backs
Good
getting in
work
there.
by young
Sharma
lady.
now.
There's a man to watch for the Latino boys, Dan. Jaden Lang from the western suburbs of Sydney. You may see his name in Toyota Cup with the Tigers next year. Has plenty of potential.
And that is one thing with this Latin side. There are a lot of guys that aren't just from the Brisbane area or the Gold Coast area either. There's guys from Ipswich, out west in Queensland, and also a lot of guys from down at Sydney as well. A lot of guys have travelled up on their own bat to be here and represent this Central American and South American side.
Oh, there they go again. Good try.
They're in again there. The Philippines just playing the numbers down the left-hand side, going down the blind side, draw and pass. Pretty simple result in the end.
Yeah, Sarama set that up. He jumped out, sucked in the B defender, found the open man. The big centre Gordon, he knew what to do. He ran some space, draw and pass. And like all good wingers, Jeremiah Alan Polis, he finished it. Kick to come from the sideline. This is probably his toughest kick of the day. I think it's becoming increasingly obvious this left side's a strong side for the Filipino boys. They keep playing to it, and both times they've had some joy down this side. Gordon's one of their danger man. They keep trying to find him, and they're having a lot of success with it at the moment.
It's a great kick from that's Drevers adding the 2 extras there.
The fullback from Mounties.
On his good side on the right boot.
I think Rob would have told the trainers to keep the boys' heads up, keep fighting, just wait. They just need an opportunity. They've done some good things, just that they've undone it with some penalties. Just keep fighting. Some possession will come. You just got to keep hanging in there.
That's one of the toughest things to do, obviously, when you're playing these guys who are quite battle weary, pretty match fit.
They got away with one there, offside from the kick-off. That's nice. Good win of the ruck, high and low. Good work, boys. I'm sure Rob coached that into him. Young Lang putting a hit on. Nice. He's in another tackle there.
Could have been a shoulder there.
Yeah, that was a marginal shoulder charge. Yeah.
Sharma puts it back to the right, and they're working their way over the halfway line again.
Win the ruck, boys. Peel off quick.
Philippines move it to the left again. Oh, that's a nice tackle as well. He got up high there. That was Espinosa again.
Good shot. Nice. Here's their hot hand. Got to chop this off, boys.
It is proving very, very hard for the Latin Heat to stop this left-hand attack of the Philippines. And they're in again.
That left side, they're running amok.
I think that might be Will Drevers' brother, Jason Drevers, who came over then. The back row. It has, as you said, Adam, all gone down the right-hand side of the Latin Heat defence.
I think Coach Bergen might need to make some adjustments defensively there because they're just getting caught for numbers. The inside defenders aren't moving out. They need to number up a bit better. They're winning the ground those first couple of tackles, which is great. It's just that they're getting caught on plays 3 and 4, getting short for numbers because they're getting too many blokes dragged into the centre of the ruck.
One of the tough things about something like this is how dispiriting it can be when it's one of your first games. What kind of mindset do you have to be in to make sure that you stay positive and keep pushing for the whole 80?
Oh, mate, it's so hard. Well, when you look up at the clock and you think we're down 22-0 now in the first quarter, but the only way you can dig yourself out is hold the ball, start numbering up and defend. They put hits on. It's not the physicality they've got to worry about. They just got to get a little bit smarter numbering up.
Drevers has had the extras again.
He's got the boots on.
It's all going down his right on the left-hand side of the post, giving him a good kick with his right boot. 24-0 now.
Drevers from the Mounties Club in Sydney. Obviously a good breeding ground for rugby league. He looks like he knows what he's doing too. Stay positive, boys. The body language isn't good. You may need to make some changes soon, Coach Bergen. Good kick-off. Nice height.
Here comes the Philippines again.
He takes it, feeds it off to the big back rower. Good run back. That's it. Get some numbers in there, boys.
I think the Heat really need to not worry about putting big shots on and try and just at least get the Philippines on their back. They're going to the right-hand side now.
That's the other centre.
And it's proving just as fruitful. They've smashed down this right-hand flank. Beat about 4 or 5 players on the way to the try line again.
And the other centre, Blaise Gonzalez, he laid that on. That was a great ball to the winger. And he obviously knows how to finish too. Young Carlo Alambong, that was a nice in and out and a fullback.
This will prove to be a tougher prospect for Will Drevers now, kicking from the other side.
Yeah.
Bit of kicking practice for him so far. It really is a matter now for the Heat to just concentrate on putting the Philippines on their back. They haven't done too badly when it's been going straight through the ruck. I mean, they've got lots of big guys on their team. It has been once it's been pushed out wide. past the fringes and out wide that there has been a real problems for the Heat so far. Would that be right to say, Aaron?
Yeah, Dan, I agree totally. The edge defence is getting exposed a lot. Those one-on-one misses in the edge, and they've got just too many blokes who can capitalise with Gonzalez on that right centre and Gordon on this left one. They've got some good finishes. He's missed one, so a bit of good fortune.
And what makes it even more difficult is they look like they've just walked onto the field, the Philippines. They have had not to do much work at all. They've only had to take one or two hit-ups every now and again. They've only had to do one set of 6 in defence, I think. They are looking fresh as well. The Heat, they're struggling.
Oh, yeah. All this defence, it takes a toll on you. It's a fairly warm night here. These blokes they haven't got match fitness, so that makes it even harder. Rob's done a great job getting them together and that, but it's hard because they've only probably had 1 or 2 sessions together. They hadn't opposed against the West Mitchie seniors the other night, so I'd like to shout out to the West Mitchelton Rugby League Club for helping the Latin Heat out.
Here comes the Philippines again. And this is where the Heat really need to keep it. They really need to get up.
Yep.
And control the ruck here.
They didn't need that. They'd won the ruck. They didn't need to lay on there. All right,
You can't blame them for wanting a rest, though.
Yeah.
And then we took our heads off here in the commentary box.
Boys got to defend on halfway here. Need to really count numbers.
Shrama again.
Good run. Good contact. Markers have to work here. They really have to tie in with their A defenders. Oh, good drop-off play. Drag 3 in. Oh.
That's a nice tackle out of dummy half.
Yeah, good mark.
They've really got to hold their own here.
Sheedy having a run.
Taking it back into the... Oh, and he's lost the ball there.
Yeah.
It's called touched.
Oh, 6 to go.
There'll be 6 more.
Sarama playing the ball. Black feeding on.
And that's nice work from the Heat. Slowing down the play ball as well.
That's good. Peel off to A defender. Sheedy across field. Nice ball.
Oh, and the missed tackle there, and they're back out.
Line. Good try.
It only took one missed tackle on the fringe of the ruck, and the Philippines are in again. That was tough there because it was a good defence in a couple of those sets leading in to that try. The Heat really looked like they was toughening up around the middle as they've had for most of the game, but as soon as that ball just gets fractionally wide and Philippines push a pass, they find space.
Yeah, great. That was a good, well-constructed try. They probably lost the ruck on the last 2. They went wide. Paul Sheedy, very experienced player, former Melbourne Storm player, hits the big, hard-running back row at Dreves. He knew what to do. Offloaded out to the fullback. He scored. Here's another one.
Drew's looking to add the extras. 34 points before we get to quarter time.
As you said, Dan, with these Filipino boys looking so fresh, you've got plenty of energy to push up either side of the ball. So as soon as someone pops their nose through the line, there's blokes line up left, right, and centre to score. You know, and when you're feeling the pinch like the Tino boys are, it's harder to get there. Like, they're not supporting each other, they're not running pairs, they're not supporting each other. There's no shape around the ball with any block plays. The one out running, you're just drawing a big target on your chest and asking someone to hit you.
And they've even struggled just to get their hands on the ball.
Yeah.
Considering how hard it has been to stop this Filipino onslaught.
Come on, boys.
They're taking their time to get the kick. That's the half-time siren there.
The quarter-time siren.
The quarter-time siren.
Here we go.
It feels like half-time for the Latino boys. Don't worry about that.
Oh,
they're going to spread the ball wide here now.
They're having a crack.
And that's been called forward.
Yeah. Good work there, Michael Gordon. Well read.
And that's a bit of a relief for the Latino side there.
Queensland Cup referee Michael Gordon picking that up. Is he real? What's a penalty or something? No, he just wants the football back.
That has stopped play.
Policing the theft of football is a great thing in our game. You need to really need to get a lid on that.
Well, it's quite self-explanatory when you look at the scoreboard to know what actually happened in those first 20 minutes, Adam. But it's a sort of game where, most people viewing now, even if they've got some people that they know in this Filipino side, they'll be pulling for the Latino side to be able to get their hands on their ball again and actually show what they can do with the ball, and also stop the Philippines and get them to finish off some sets, get the ball in their hands and show what they can do.
Yeah, mate, I agree. They're the crowd favourites. They're the crowd favourites. They're fighting hard. They're trying hard. They're just out of their weight division. But they're not shirking it. It's just a few technical difficulties. When you've got good ball players and strong line runners that take advantage of that, they've got plenty of speed. This Philippine side, there's obviously the core of them have been together for quite a couple of seasons, I'd say, if they've won the Asian Cup, and they just seem to know what to do. Smart halves, Serrano at hooker. Those big fellas are rolling on. They're pulling the sleeves up and just taking the tough stuff. They're absorbing the heat and the contact in those first couple of runs. Then they're moving it to those edges and just attacking. And unfortunately, the boys don't have an answer, and that just comes from lack of experience in this sort of football.
There's a lot, obviously, that Rob can say to the guys here at quarter time, but also one of the things they could really say is just not to sort of run up so one out and try and put the big shot on. There's a lot of guys that have been coming up just one off, especially off the kick-off, not holding a line, and it's just from the get-go, it's just made it, given that momentum to the Philippines.